Why, hello there. So, we're going to get back into this. Aviary Attorney. I've got to finish this game, so I quit doing that. But we're going to get back into this. I played a little bit, screwed it up. You're never going to see that footage. We're going to have new footage. This footage. Other than that, what do I have going on? Oh, well, now I have an idea of the voices, though, so you don't have to listen to me struggle with them. I put up that video of me with my book haul. Who knew that was a thing that people searched for on YouTube? Because 3 people clicked on my video, watched it for 12 minutes, and they apparently did it with the search book haul 2021. Anyway, weird. Yeah, I've had 2 comments on my videos by Russian sex bots. You can't find those comments anymore because I've deleted them. And, oh yeah, it was cool. So, I love the podcast Play, Watch, Listen, which is Troy Baker, Alana Pierce, Austin Wintory, and Mike Bithell. And, that's probably going to be really loud for you guys. It'll stop eventually. The plumbing in this place is awful. Awful loud. It works fine. But anyway, I put a comment on the latest episode. It was like 53.1 because they had to split into 2. And yeah, actually, Austin commented back, which is cool, I think. I mean, it's one of those little things of like, nobody cares but me, but that's why I'm telling you, my imaginary friends. But anyway, let's do this again. And let's restart this case. January 7th, 1848. I feel bad for anyone who doesn't know European history to know the Palais de Louvre. That doesn't know that 1848 is never an accident when you're dealing with something set in Europe. Let us be reasonable, senors. I am sure this is a simple misunderstanding. Well, it's Vlad Dracula. There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. And look, dead guy holding a rose. Again with the human hands. Oh, that's right, I noticed. The animals have human hands. See? Sparrowson's human hands. Why? Why? I knew Falcon wouldn't be turning up to office on a Friday. Wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on a Friday. But now it's midday on Monday, and there's still no sign of him. This is becoming a little concerning. I should probably go find him. His home would be a good place to start, but the bird brain never gave me his address. I'll just have to find him the hard way. And let's just start down the list. No sign of Falcon here. Excuse me, Rupert. Oh, it's you. The, first-year dropout. Hey, I didn't drop out. I was forcibly ejected. But that doesn't matter right now. I'm looking for Falcon. Have you seen him? Falcon. The guy who somehow blundered his way through the Cataline trial with the help of some, very dubious evidence? No, I haven't seen him since the, trial. Oh, well, thanks anyway. Let's try Les Chateaux Crinery. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Duhat. Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Sparrowson, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. But then, I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who can put up the best facade. Yeah, I suppose so. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. Oh, you've seen him? Yes, he was brooding in the corner of Le Canard Joueur. Mumbling and drinking. It was a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. Le Canard? Not gonna say the word again? That's the dingy student bar on Rue Dron, right? It's not dingy, just a little rustic.
In any case, that's an enormous help. Thanks, mademoiselle.
Anytime, Sparrowson. Alright, there we go. Sparrowson steps through the doors of Le Canard, not gonna say it again, and the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers, if it isn't little Sparrowson. I haven't seen you in years. How are you doing, hon?
I'm feeling pretty good, Madame Quenelle. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named J.J. Falcon.
Falcon? Oh, yep. That sorry lump has been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the whole atmosphere down.
I'll take care of him. Thanks, Madame Quenelle.
It's no problem, hon. He's probably still in the corner of the drinking room upstairs. Drinking room.
No sign of him. Mon Dieu! I almost stepped on the big fellow.
I should turn this down just a bit. Boom, boom. Okay.
Falcon? What are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcon, wake up! Wow, the bird's completely out cold. He must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake a drunk person?
I'm gonna go with this one.
Well, I guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey, wakey.
It really sounds like he's peeing. Yep, got more use out of the wet bird.
Ah, good. You're up. Are you with us, Falcon?
Yeah.
Feeling sober? We should probably head back to the aviary office so we can get some work done.
I don't understand it, Sparrowson.
Huh?
I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures. I found all the evidence. I presented the case beautifully. And yet, the guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in prison. What went wrong? Where's the justice?
I don't know, Falcon. Sometimes the system just doesn't work, I guess.
It should work.
Yeah, it probably should. Sorry, Falcon. I don't have the answers. But what I do have is freshly baked croissants from Pierre's Boulangerie.
Croissants.
Yep. They're waiting for you back at the aviary.
I'm sitting here, moping about justice, and you offer me croissants.
Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pains au chocolat, too.
I could go for some pains au chocolat.
Fantastic. Then let's make a move.
All right, I admit it. The croissants were amazing.
I told you. Pierre's Boulangerie on Rue Verde is something else. Oh, that reminds me. The baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pains au chocolat in America?
They don't call them pains au chocolat.
Nope. Pronunciation difficulties. American is a whole nother language.
So what do they call them?
Chocolate croissants. Hello?
Heh, chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles?
Oh, I think those are still profiteroles, but rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate.
Simply outstanding.
Is this the Aviary Attorney? Can I speak to someone, please?
What do they call crepes?
Excuse me!
Did you just hear something, Sparrowson?
Down here.
Oh, Sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one?
Oh gosh, where to start? Your name, perhaps? Mousy. My name is Mousy.
And what can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy?
I have this friend, and he's fallen under some legal turbulence.
Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested?
Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it!
That's quite a problem.
I know, but oh, I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain.
The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think that was worth mentioning from the start?
I forgot!
I must ask, Mousy, why did you come to us? I would have thought that the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more...
Not terribleness?
Expertise.
Oh, the prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned.
Really? The prince said that?
This is a great opportunity, Falcon. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain?
Of course we'll take the case. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We have royalty to defend.
That's the spirit. Good luck to you, messieurs. You aren't coming with us, Mousy? I have, other matters to attend to. But Prince Juan is being held in the concierge. I'm sure he will fill in all the details.
Right. Let's make a move, then. Alright, to Le Concierge. Let me get this before I do this voice. Good day, monsieur.
Oh, it's you two again. Hey, nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Rugriel is pacing around his cell right now, ranting about wringing your neck.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He's super mad, but hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? If the lion didn't want a death sentence, he probably shouldn't have killed a guy. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are you? Because that would be hilarious. We're actually here to see Prince Juan Cuidero, heir to the throne of Spain. A mouthy vox, huh? That guy's been driving me nuts with his seigneurs and his flamboyant attitude.
This is at the point where I think I decided that this was a Spanish prince hoax, or Spanish prisoner hoax, because I then remembered that I couldn't remember if it was which one of those two that actually was. So, to give you the good bits from the last bit, from the last time I tried this.
I say the sooner he hangs, the better. Well, come on then, while we're young.
The Prince of Spain, I presume. Indeed, I am Juan Cuerero, heir to the throne of España, and you must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcon. Well, I wouldn't say legendary.
I wouldn't even say notable.
Such humility! I would expect nothing less from the renowned individuals such as yourselves. But let us get down to business. I just let my compañero, Mousy, explain the situation. He told us that you have been accused of murder, that we need some further details before we can start our investigation. Ah, of course! What is it that you wanted to know? To be honest, Prince Juan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of the royalty could get in so much trouble. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder? Of course. Let me see. Where to begin? I was in the cold. It was the cold and misty morning of the 6th of January. I had heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais de Louvre, and I wished to meet the man myself. So, after a brief stroll and picnic in the Tuileries garden, I entered the palace. I found the royal entourage in the Louvre's garden, Grand Gallery. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue.
How romantic.
But before the king could take it, I rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. It was a royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howl. Ouch, cried Major Howl. I pricked myself on the thorns of this dastardly flower. And then the Major slumped to the floor. His face turned blue, his mouth frothed, and he died. He died straight away from being pricked? Straight away, senor. It's obvious that the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so fast. Nor do I, Senor Falcon. But clearly the poison upon the rose's thorns was the only logical explanation. And with so many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself? So, where did this rose come from? I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller at Les Halles markets. A girl by the name of Catherine Marie Segnet. But surely you're not suggesting that the flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcon? Well, I'm not making any accusations yet. I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry. Alright. Do you want to ask something else, Senor Falcon? Why did you come to Paris, Prince Juan? I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know whether you are familiar with current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders for the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, and backstabbing. It is chaos, and the people are suffering. So I thought, if I can befriend some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I can strengthen my family's name. With the Credero dynasty restored, I would have had a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation.
Well, I guess that plan's gone out the window.
Sparrowson, do not be rude. No, he is right. I have fared terribly. Don't fret, Prince Juan. We will do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust has settled, you'll have another opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission. Thank you, Senor Falcon. I am sure you will do your best. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? What were you reading before we so rudely interrupted? Ah, this book. It is a Spanish classic. Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it? I'm reading for squares. It gets me both times. I've read it. It's a strange story. I don't know whether I am supposed to be laughing or crying over the hero's adventures. Indeed. It is easy to read the book as a comedy, but when I look around, I cannot help but see all the people who think themselves as knights.
I have no idea what you two are prattling on about.
Not a book lover, Senor Sparrowson?
I dabble. It's most of my reading tends to be on the lighter side. Nice and pulpy.
I see. Well, how about this, Senor Sparrowson? I will lend you this book. Maybe you will have a chance to read it, and then you will be able to join in our conversation.
Thank you. I'll keep it in my bathroom. For toilet reading material, of course.
Was there anything else you wanted to know? No, I think that's everything. Thank you.
What's the plan, Big Bird?
Well, we have 2 lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais du Louvre, and see if we can find any clues or witnesses. And we should interview the flower girl in Les Halles Market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poisoned rose.
2 tasks spread over 6 days? This almost sounds too easy.
Let's not get complacent. Good luck, senors.
Wait a minute, Falcon.
What is it?
Did something seem off about Prince Juan to you?
Besides my accent. You picked up on it too. It's like that fox was hiding something.
Sounds like we're on the same page.
Well, look, if this is bothering you, we could always ask around. Maybe someone in the city knows Juan's dirty secret. If he actually has anything to hide, that is.
Yeah, let's dig up the dirt.
But we still got a trial to prepare for. priorities, Sparrowson. Alright. Let's start... Yeah, the palace. Falcon and Sparrowson make their way to Palace du Carrousel, the courtyard just north of the Louvre's Grand Gallery.
That's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it.
That's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, you doofus. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road.
What? No way! Why are there two?
Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphal arches as he damn well pleases.
Oh, well! I never expected to see you here, JJ.
That arrogant voice. Good day, Severin.
Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant?
Fine. Severin, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Severin de Cocorico, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris.
Oh, are you two old school friends or something?
More like arch rivals.
Please, JJ. I think arch rival implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you is still able to get clients.
Actually, Severin, business has never been better. I'll have you know that I am currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less.
The Prince of Spain? Juan Querido? Well, this is quite an amusing coincidence.
Don't tell me.
Correct. I am the prosecutor for the very same case. It is a pity that the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose that's what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him.
Don't call me a bird brain. You're the only bird brain here, Severin.
Tisk. One always speaks badly when one has nothing to say. Voltaire.
Uh-oh, he's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon, make a witty retort.
Huh? Oh, yeah. A witty saying proves nothing. Voltaire.
Ow!
Very good, JJ. A worthy reposé. But enough talk. If you messieurs would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. JJ, Sparrowson, I'll see you two in court.
Ugh, I can't stand that guy.
He did seem like a little bit of a cockerel, but is it true what he said? You know, that he trounced you in court 5 times?
I can't deny it. Severin has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mountains of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me.
But this time will be different, right?
I hope so.
I know so. For you see, I stole this annotated map of the Louvre out of Cocorico's pocket while he was busy prattling off Voltaire quotes.
Sparrowson, that's pretty impressive, actually. I swear you were standing 3 meters away the whole time.
You tall birds are so busy with your head in the clouds, you don't ever notice us small folks running around your feet.
Truth.
Pinching Cocorico's pocket was like taking candy from a very tall baby.
Let's take a closer look. I see. This map shows the entire Louvre area. Everything from Tuileries to Rue de Louvre. Most convenient. We are currently here at standing here in the Palace du Carrousel. And those pendant arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage, which means the king first went here through the Salle du Tigre, and then here to the Grand Gallery where the murder occurred.
Didn't Prince Juan said he spent the whole morning in Tuileries Gardens?
That's right. So that means Prince Juan approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here.
Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first?
Let's go to the gardens first. Our feather-headed friends wander through the immaculately maintained Tuileries Gardens. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line.
Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar?
Yeah, now that I'm looking at him, he does look a lot like that photographer. What's his name? Robito Robinio.
Did someone call me?
Oh, it is you. The lawyers who do not appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it.
It's good to see that you gave up on your artsy dreams to pursue a more grounded career of groundskeeping.
Hey, I am not doing this willingly. I was given community service for committing perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me, an esteemed photographer, community service. Me!
Yeah, I can believe that.
Perjury is somewhat serious. You should consider yourself thankful that you got off without jail time. You sound just like... you sound just like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. So, did you two want to ask me about something? Or are you just here to gulp?
Personally, I'm just gawping.
Actually, I do have a couple of questions, if you don't mind, Monsieur Rubinio. I don't suppose you've bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name of Prince Juan, have you?
Spanish fox? No, I have never met anyone like that. If this is about the assassination attempt on the king, then you are asking the wrong person. I only started working here today.
I see.
Was there anything else you wanted?
So, how's the new groundskeeping job working out?
Terrible! Tourists are pigs, sometimes literally. Look at all this rubbish I have found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. And look what I picked up by the west entrance. A book page. A whole book I could understand, but a single page. What kind of blithering moron loses just one page?
Wait a moment. May I take a closer look at that, monsieur? Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take it off your hands, monsieur?
Sure. What is it worth to you?
What's it worth? It's trash. It is literally worthless.
Then I suppose I shall be destroying it as per my duties.
All right. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. How about you give me the page, and I'll pay you 5 francs. Easy money, right?
10.
6.
10.
8. 10.
Wow! Falcon, you suck at bartering.
All right, fine. 10 it is. Take my damn money. Do you want... did you want to ask something else? That's all. We'll let you get back to work, Monsieur Robinio.
Now to the Salle du Tibre.
This is the Salle du Tibre. If I understand Cocorico's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stopped in before heading to the Grand Gallery. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anybody around to interrogate.
Interview.
Right, interview.
Well, since it's quiet, maybe we should take the opportunity to do a little snooping.
What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grand Gallery, where the murder took place.
Think about it, Falcon. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-tooth comb. But I bet that numbskull Inspector Volerty didn't even think to check this room for clues. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks.
Your logic seems a little questionable, but it couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose. Let's start with there. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of stand or podium. Maybe it's just a decorative piece.
It's a Roman doorstep. For Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the doorstops had to be similarly large in order to stay in place.
I don't think that's right. That is not right.
My uncle's a Roman historian. Trust me.
These columns have been designed to look Roman. I think the style is Ionic.
It's not Ionic, Falcon. Ionic is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means something completely different.
That's not... Never mind. A supporting column. It's holding the roof up.
If the column were truly supportive, it wouldn't hold the roof up. It would encourage the roof to get to its location on time.
I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze.
How much do you think they're worth?
I don't know. 300 francs apiece at least.
What? Are you serious? I'm in the wrong profession.
I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Sparrowson.
Who said anything about archaeology? I'm gonna become a museum robber.
Oh, well, that's one way to get rich quick. This is some sort of ceremonial container. It is beautifully crafted, but what did it contain? Maybe it is an arcane wine cabinet.
Don't be so ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact, gifted to the Emperor Hadrian for his victory at the Euphrates in 123 AD.
Stop making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia.
All right, you got me. This could be a hippo's chamber pot for all I know.
A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water, or for cremated remains. Probably not both at the same time.
It smells good.
Don't sniff the exhibit, Sparrowson.
No, really. This urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey.
You poor thing. You're hallucinating from hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on our way back to the office?
Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something in here. I can feel it.
Now you're touching the exhibit. That is definitely a no-no. Can birds smell? I mean, do they have smell receptors? A thing I don't know.
See? Look what I found in the urn.
Put that down, Sparrowson. It's someone's old rubbish.
No, look. It's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark. 70%, perhaps 80% cocoa. Belgian in origin. The level of wrapper crumpling and firmness of the chocolate residue indicate this was discarded just a few days ago. Yes, I am certain. The chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed on the 7th of January, the day of the murder.
Bon Dieu, Sparrowson. You deduced all of that from smelling the wrapper.
Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it.
That won't be necessary. Sparrowson, if you could apply this level of critical thinking to areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective.
If only all evidence were edible.
So, do you have any idea who the chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it.
No, there's no possible way we could know that. I suppose we'll just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore.
Interesting, because I see Lander Hagelslack's Chocolate Emporium written on the wrapper.
Well, you can't blame a bird for trying.
And I think that's everything. We're done here, for now at least.
We can't spend all day staring at Roman artifacts, I suppose. So, where to next?
Here we are, the Grand Gallery, the murder room. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting.
I see hundreds of paintings. Which one's the new one?
I haven't the foggiest. We'll have to ask someone. Please don't ask me. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. Excuse me, monsieur. You look like you know your Mona Lisas from your last suppers. I don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Nope, he's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric. Oh, hi. Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January? The one the king came to visit. Oh yeah, I can help you with that. It's the piece right behind you. Ah, I see. It is a painting of the king himself.
That's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcon?
What do I think? I'm no art critic, but I don't care for it. Above all else, art must strive to be honest. When I look at this piece, I don't see an honest depiction of our king. All I see is a depiction of the man the king wishes he could be. That's an artistic travesty.
You've read all that social commentary from one painting? That's pretty impressive, considering it's just a penguin in a fancy dress.
I'm getting the impression that you messieurs aren't regulars at the art galleries. No, we're a right pair of Philistines.
Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never even been to the Middle East.
Then I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt? That's right. We were actually hoping to ask a couple questions about what you saw. Oh, I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I didn't see anything. But, I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? R&M Associates, home of Reynard Volpes, private investigator. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with these gray area of the law types. No, please give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before, and I'm sure he can do the same for you. Well, I'm not making any promises, but we'll keep hold of the card. We appreciate the help in any case. It's no trouble. Thank you for your time, monsieur.
Is there anything else we can do here?
Well, ideally, we'd turn the whole Grand Gallery upside down in our hunt for evidence. But that's not possible with so many people around. We should probably just move to another room.
Are we all done here?
Yes, let's make a move.
Good call. We can always come back later if we forgot something.
Alright. I'm probably just gonna hit the first 3 big things. And then, this and this. There we go. Those 2. And then, I'll take a break, let my voice rest, do some chores, and then I'll be back for more. The pair arrive at Les Halles Market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeois and peasants all bustle from place to place. Prince Juan said that he met the flower girl here. Signe, I think he said her name was.
There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think it's her?
I think so. It's possible that she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself, so we should probably act with tact and finesse.
Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady. We'd like a word.
Tact, Sparrowson. Tact. We've been over this. Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower? Flower? Okay, I'm not too quiet.
Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from milady.
I am afraid I am out of roses. I sold my last one 1 week ago. Perhaps you would be satisfied with a chrysanthemum instead?
'Tis a beautiful flower from a fair maiden.
Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby, and he has said dumb things ever since.
Hey!
Let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Signe? That's right. Catherine Marie Signe. I suppose you are here to ask about the royal assassination attempt? How did you know? I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that a rose I sold was used as a murder weapon. To be honest, I'm surprised it has taken so long for someone to directly question me. The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads. So, do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions? Business is slow. Please, ask away. Where do you acquire your flowers from, if I may ask? Normally, I gather them from the wild. Last week, I found these chrysanthemums on city limits. And that's the same place I discovered this monk's hood. But since it's still winter, I have to buy a lot of my flowers from merchants who travel to Italy and the Netherlands. That's how I acquired the rose. What can you tell us about this particular merchant? Not a lot, monsieur. He's just an old man who passes through Paris a few times a year, selling his goods and wares. I see.
No chance of him being a super secret assassin?
No, monsieur. Did you want to ask something else? Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to? The person who bought the rose. I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox.
Sounds like our Juan.
I met him here around a week ago, on the 6th. We talked for a little while, about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. He bought the rose and left. I hear the fox is on trial, monsieur, but honestly, I don't think he's guilty.
Oh? And why is that?
Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling.
I understand, mademoiselle. Mademoiselle, if you remember anything specific, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us.
Did you want anything else?
That is all. Thank you for your time, mademoiselle.
Hold on, monsieur. Before you leave, are you sure you don't want to buy some flowers? I'll even cut you a deal. Only 10 francs for this assortment of chrysanthemums and monk's hoods.
10 francs for flowers. That is a little steep.
Steep? Monsieur, I challenge you to find cheaper flowers in January.
All right, I'll take some. They can brighten up the office.
Thank you very much, monsieur. Here you go.
I don't claim to be a flower expert or anything, but chrysanthemums and monk's hoods are a weird choice.
I suppose it is a bit strange, isn't it? Other flowers sellers stick to the popular dull flowers, like tulips and roses. But I like these particular flowers because they are rebellious.
I'm sorry, the flowers are rebellious.
They stuck it out and managed to bloom in the middle of January. The flowers fought nature. They overcame insurmountable odds. It is quite an amazing thing to see.
I think I get it.
You don't need to humor me. I'm rambling, aren't I? Got like this frog in my throat building.
Not at all. This has been a pleasant discussion. Have a good day, mademoiselle.
And you, messieurs. How much money do I have? Bleeding through money. Alright. One more location, and then I take a break.
Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking.
I'm not here to drink, Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If we wish to learn more about Prince Juan, then this would be an ideal place to start asking questions.
Oh, that's pretty good thinking.
Oh, you two are back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon? Much better. Thank you for asking, Madame Quenelle. That's great to hear, hon. Will it be the usual? No. I'm back to investigative work today, so I've got to keep sharp.
We wanted to know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently.
Prince of Spain? I don't know if you noticed, hon, but this isn't exactly the classiest hub in Paris. I am lucky to serve the occasional bourgeois. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty.
That's a pity. Perhaps, maybe I should ask some of your patrons.
Feel free. The old regulars, Rufus and Powell, are playing cards in the attic. Same as always. But we get all sorts of colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you rattle enough cages, you would find someone who knows whatever it is you wanted to know.
Thank you, madam. Let's see, where to start? Start at the card room, which I believe is gambling.
Come on, pal. Just one more game of Jacques Noir.
Blackjack.
Absolutely not. My wallet is hurting enough as it is.
Please, I'll even let you deal this time.
And the answer's no, Rufus. I'm skint. If you want to play cards, you'll have to ask someone else.
Fine, I'll ask that big fellow. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir?
Absolutely. Deal me in, monsieur.
Very well then. Do you know how to play?
Of course. I've been playing for years.
Yeah, right. Don't get cocky, Falcon.
Very good. I shall be the dealer. We'll bet 5 francs per game. Here we go.
Let's see if we can make a little bit of our money back. We've already spent 20 on this case.
Unlucky, Matsuo. Most unfortunate. Shall we have another round?
No. I think we're done here. Maybe another day, monsieur.
I understand. Feel free to come back anytime.
So there I was, in the grasslands 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I'd been pursuing this set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then I spotted it. It was a boar. A big, stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I took careful aim. And then BAM!
You shot it?
No, it was the most peculiar thing. The boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot.
Sounds like one of them heart attacks. Minon went the same way.
That's what I thought. But when I took a closer look, I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth.
Whoa, it was rabid?
Impossible, but I don't think so. I remember something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone.
Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat?
Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? You say the beast you are tracking might have died from poisoning. Can you give us some further details? Further details? I am not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think caused it? I guess it would... I can speak. I would guess that it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous plant around. Wolfsbane, I think they call it. But really, I have no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. Excuse me, monsieur. What is it? I don't suppose you've seen Juan Quidero around here. He's Spanish royalty.
Foxy fellow. Swanky hat. Calls everyone senor.
That doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing anyone like that, Piero?
Ain't got a clue.
Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family?
Do we look like walking encyclopedias or something?
I'm afraid my compadre has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty, that sounds like a question to be answered at a library, monsieur, not a tavern. A library? Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Let's give them some peace.
Are we ready to hit the road?
Yes. Yep. Let's make a move. And with that, I'm going to stop recording for a bit, do some chores and whatnot, get some cooking ready, and then we'll be back. Let's see, what do we have to go to now? We have RM and Associates to check out. We have the library. We have the Chocolate Emporium. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I'm liking how this case is working out. Alright. I'll be back. I swear. I swear. And we are back. I've got my chicken marinating. I've got some cleaning done. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. Let's get back to the game. Let's do the library. I like the hidden library.
Here for a little light reading, are we?
Here for a little light reading, are we? There we go. Not quite, Sparrowson. I am following the hunting beagle's advice.
Don't eat poisoned pork?
The other piece of advice, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library.
Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all, are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works?
Readings for squares. I like the classics. You know, Alain René Lagesse, like, let's say, Caribbean Fields, that sort of thing.
Don't try to act smart. I saw you reading that book of naughty limericks the other day. You didn't think I would notice because you put a dull-looking slipcover over it. But I knew, Falcon. I knew.
Nathan, I love it.
Would you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices? I can hear your squawking from the other side of the building.
Ah, my apologies, monsieur. We will keep it down.
Wait! You're a librarian, aren't you?
An astute observation. Yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian.
Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something.
I do? Oh, right, I do. You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I am sure you are up to date on geopolitical news and the like.
I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat.
Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are?
What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe.
Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through that class, can you refresh our memories?
Very well. Pay attention, because I am not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regent Isabella II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's current position is being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montmolin. I hope that answers your question.
Did you catch all that, Sparrowson?
Not a word.
Monsieur, we are actually interested in Prince Juan Cordero of Spain. I don't think I heard that name in your explanation. A Prince Juan Cordero? Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current Prince of Spain. I'm not sure Cordero is a real name, and it is certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy. How strange.
What does this mean, Falcon?
Well, one thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before trial, but it may be in our interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers.
Right!
Are you two quite done chit-chatting?
I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it?
Don Quixote of La Mancha. It is a classic. Everybody has read it.
Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't...
Humph. I am not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read.
Nor would I expect you to, monsieur, but what can you tell us about the physical book itself?
This particular book didn't come from any library, if that is what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. I assumed it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop, if the French translation and bookbinding didn't give it away.
I see. Thank you. I see. Thank you. There we go.
Did you have any other questions, or can I get back to work?
Don't worry, monsieur. I think we are done here. Thanks for your time.
Humph. Then I bid you good day.
New day. Oh man, special cinematic. Viewing is entirely optional, but we gotta look at it. Did we learn to get a new place? Here, let's just do this real quick. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the royal assassination attempt has spread. The proletariats grow confident. The bourgeoisie are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. And then, a revolution. Alright. Let's check out R&M and Associates.
Oh, customers.
Hello. Is this the office of Reynard Vulpes?
It's you two.
Mousy, what are you doing here?
Oh, this is where I work. See? R&M, Renard, and Mousy. Monsieur Renan Vulpes and I carry out all sorts of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Vulpes who chooses which cases to take on.
I see. Well then, can we speak with Monsieur Vulpes?
Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Vulpes is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England.
England?
But he's set to return in a week or two. Maybe you can come back then? That's no good to us. Our case will be over by then.
There's nothing to be done about it. I suppose we will have to come back later. Alright, I think that I should go to the concierge.
You again? Visiting hours are over. Come back later.
I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside.
You can't talk to me like that.
I most certainly can. We have reason to believe you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. This is in direct violation of statutes 204B and 48 8C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action.
All right. No need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell. Wow, Falcon. How did you memorize those criminal codes?
Memorize? Come on, Sparrowson. Learn how to bluff. There's that music again. Senor Falcon! It is so good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. Listen, Juan. In order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing, the prosecution's evidence tells me another, then we are both in trouble. I'm afraid I do not follow, senor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Guidero. Where is this coming from? I assure you, senor, I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come on, Sparrowson. We are leaving. Wait. Calm yourself down, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all.
Did you just say monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent?
See, I knew it was wise to do the Spanish accent. Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Cudero is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purposes of getting arrested. Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I'll be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story.
I like stories.
Excuse me. There was a girl, a mademoiselle, who was in a great deal of debt. Everyone has debt these days, monsieur. Sorry. Everyone has debt these days, monsieur. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. Mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I'll forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I'll reap what I owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that the murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I'm saying, monsieur? I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. So storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad you're here, seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. So, what is your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I'm Juan Cuidero, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Ruier, the pauper living under the bridge of the Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect you already know my real name. You're Reynard Volpe's private investigator. Very astute. And you, monsieur, are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim.
You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that.
This isn't about me, Juan, Renard, Monsieur. We are trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what is the truth that you're attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now.
Really? I don't feel like we've learned very much.
Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget, could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Whether the birds have flown south? What is that? Some sort of code? Something like that. But rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. Well, if I have time, I will be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching.
Right.
Alright, let's go. Oh, now R&M Associates is going to take up time. So we're moving the story forward.
Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy.
Mousy, we have a message from you. It's from Prince Juan himself.
He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, whatever that means.
Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them. These are used train stubs. It looks like 2 people took a railway trip to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this, Mousy? Prince Juan said they would help with the trial. See the names? Gautier Signer, Nicole Signer. I recognize the surname, but I do not know who these people are. Neither do I, really. Prince Juan told me to book train tickets for these people, then to make sure they caught the train. And so, that's what I did. Strange. I'm not exactly sure how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep a hold of them, just in case. I have ideas. Let's go, Sparrowson. I am done playing courier.
Good call.
That's another day already. Oh my. Trial approaches. Alright. It's trial time. Oh, let me just deal with this phone real quick. Okay. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal des Grandes Instances.
Are you feeling nervous, Falcon?
Of course I am nervous. What have we learned about Prince Juan? What do we know about the real murderer? Nothing.
Easy there, Falcon. We can do this.
I want music like this to just blare like it's blaring in my ears every time I walk into a room. That'd be amazing. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order. Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Ah, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable. No more jousting at imaginary giants.
All of you, cease your yammering. The door's opening.
Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon.
We will.
No, we will. There we go.
Are we ready?
We're ready. JJ. Severin. Nervous? Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom is nervous.
Whoa! Cool your feathers, Falcon.
Terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem yourself from your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started... Why, pompous tails, posture perfect.
Oh, it's conspirator judge.
Order! Order! Let's all settle down. Court is now in session.
Psst! Falcon,
What is it?
is it me, or does the primary judge look hairier today?
That's a different judge to the one who resided over Dame Cataline's trial, you doofus.
Oh, still, it's a little strange, isn't it?
It is a little, I suppose.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxim would be residing over this case. Where is he?
Judge Maxim has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, assessors, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Cordero, who stands accused of murdering Major Howl and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call.
The defense is present and ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Good. Very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy.
Well said, Your Honor. I expect that, once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
He's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together.
So, we are all on the same page. Excellent, prosecutor. Please call your first witness to the stand.
Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Volerty.
Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I can't quite remember what I did for him. I know it was similar to Falcon, maybe with a hair more French accent badness on there.
Please recite your name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Inspector Juste Volerty. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the gutter rats.
That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before.
Whoa! Gogorico is really going for a speed record, isn't he?
Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January?
Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the king's royal guards.
Did he just say o'clock?
One moment, guys. My apologies. In spring comes the allergies.
There, I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Felipe, and the corpse of Major Howl with a rose in hand, and around 24 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howl taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, and then promptly dropping dead.
And what did the morgue uncover upon the examination of the corpse?
The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howl died of poisoning. Aside from the prick of the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howl's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death.
Putting the pieces together, it does seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions.
Damn. I was hoping the coroner's report would determine that the guy had died from a freak heart attack or something.
That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony.
Right, I will tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness.
Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand.
I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure every base is properly covered.
Ugh, this sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcon. Do your cross-examination.
Alright, let's see. We don't need to pick on a Cluck. We don't need to pick on, who knows, Major Hal, the 2 dozen citizens. Determine that died of poisoning. Everything's been about poison. Let's talk about poison. Inspector, you say the coroner determined with certainty that Major Hal was killed by poison.
Correct. The state's signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility his death was natural.
Sorry, guys. It's one of these two. Okay, we have the chocolate bar, so let's go with that. How exactly was Major Hal poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism?
His finger was pricked by the poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it, seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attest to seeing and hearing this.
Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? That is exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Major Hal was poisoned. I do doubt that the rose was the cause. Unbelievable. Only a total buffoon would fail to draw the blatant line here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism.
Actually, I cannot tell him that.
I dread to ask, but why not?
We did not check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident.
Well then, would now be a good time to make a test. Now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We pricked the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison on the rose, then Prince Juan lives, and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies. But that's okay, because the punishment will be just and fitting of the crime.
A marvelous suggestion.
What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. This is not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more... Also, I'd much rather have been would not have wanted to be called a witch in France. A lot of burning. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence.
Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all.
Why's that?
Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes.
Tisk! Such unprofessionalism. If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question. Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked. A chocolate wrapper. There we go. Look at this. What am I supposed to be looking at? This is a paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found at the Louvre, the Salle de Tuileries to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident. You're not suggesting that Major Hal ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. Yay! Got some favor.
Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector?
The police force does not have time nor resources to draw out every piece of trash at every crime scene, I am afraid.
In other words, you overlooked it. Tisk. Astounding unprofessionalism.
The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector. I offer my apologies, Your Honor. I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. As you wish. I take my leave. Until next time, messieurs.
So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene? Correct. And you have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident?
I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify, if need be.
You have a food witness? I don't recall anybody like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see.
But do you know for certain that Major Howe consumed this chocolate? Well, that is a fact we are still investigating.
I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned?
Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitively prove.
So then, you do not have evidence that Major Howe consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's weak, even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He's a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingley. Toussaint.
Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath?
Hello, hello, hello! Hello! Oh, right, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Please state your full name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Toussaint Kingley, and I'm a person who fishes.
A person who fishes? So you are a fisherman?
Oh, is that how it is? I just thought the French justice system was better than this. It's better than this.
I beg your pardon.
Here comes Toussaint Kingley, the kingfisher. Clearly, he must be a fisherman, because didn't you all hear? All kingfishers are fishermen. Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel, and bait without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor is carrying a riding crop. Clearly, he must be a horse jockey.
Oh, for pity's sake, fine. We can list your occupation as a person who fishes and not fisherman.
Thank you.
Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse.
I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane?
This is veering quite off course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions?
Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true that you were at the Louvre at the time of the incident?
Yes, I was sitting up on the railing at the Pont du Arts.
The Pont du Arts, the new bridge that's just a stone's throw away from the Louvre South entrance, correct?
That's right.
And what were you doing at the time of the incident?
I was fishing. Psst. Kingfishers. Am I right, Elkin?
So you would have had plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us what you saw?
Well, the Louvre's a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 a.m., I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then, around 9:30 a.m., I saw a shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance.
Your Honor, I object to the witness's use of the term shifty-looking. It is a vague and biased description.
No, really, he looked super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. Then I saw him take a rose and carefully rub the stem.
Rub the stem of the rose, you said, as if you were applying something to the flower, perhaps.
Well, monsieur, I surely shouldn't speculate.
Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question.
But yeah, definitely looked like he was putting some kind of powder on the stem.
Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it looks like what we have here is a direct witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims the rose was never poisoned, and yet, here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes.
I smell perjury.
You do? You do?
No question. We saw a shifty-looking criminal ready to poison and cackling near the scene of the crime. That's not believable at all.
I think you might be right. I wonder if I have any evidence that calls Toussaint's story into doubt. There we go. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Really? This nonsense again. You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison on a rose. What is there to question?
I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor.
Ugh, fine. Do your thing, Falcon. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself.
I'm going to probably take issue with the location. People be sending me pictures and whatnot. So, okay, don't need things. Shifty looking, which the powder's not going to be helpful. Location's going to be helpful. Monsieur Kingley, you say that you were sitting upon the railings of the Ponce de Arts in the morning of the incident.
Yep.
Monsieur Kingley, you had a good view of the Louvre's south entrance, did you not?
Yep, the Ponce de Arts, great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery south side.
What about the other entrances?
The other entrances? You mean like if you were entering from the Tuileries Gardens or Place du Carrousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge.
But of course, that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, and that's what counts.
What if Prince Juan didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens to the west?
Oh, that's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens?
As a matter of fact, yes, I do. We have definitive proof that Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south.
Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur.
I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ. Show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from the Tuileries Gardens.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Look at this.
A book page.
Page 44 of Don Quixote, to be specific. It was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance.
This proves nothing.
I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. And this is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That's the first thing I checked. Do you realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries Gardens prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that, in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance and not the south. How could he could not have possibly been seen from Monsieur Kingley from the Ponce des Arts?
What? I know what I saw, monsieur.
A fine theory, Falcon. But maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Louvre south entrance by walking along the river.
An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery. Let's not say silly things, Cocorico.
Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left a page there to mislead the investigation.
Now you're the one who's blindly speculating.
It's not blind speculation. It's a viable hypothesis.
You're not fond of logic, are you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, we must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories take fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre's south entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted a page on the off chance that it would be discovered, and then he took the long way around. How dare you? The nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts. I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes.
Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering?
The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony was fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No, everything I said is the truth. I suspect the witness isn't even a fisherman.
I am not a fisherman.
See, he admits it himself.
That's not what I meant.
What a twist.
Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you?
I must concede.
You concede.
On this point, at least. Falcon's evidence strongly suggests the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false.
Ah, no!
That doesn't mean Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable.
But I did see something. I really did. Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance on the morning of the murder.
A swan. Do shut up, witness.
Shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say?
Your Honor? Judge Romulus? We're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on Hare v. Tortoise trial.
It's that late already. Curses! I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single trial session.
It's a shame, but ultimately, an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing.
Yes, all right. I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January, at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already.
I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor.
A lot came up in that trial, huh?
Yeah, no doubt about that.
But something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand?
Well, it's possible he was coerced or bribed.
That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up the story about Prince Juan.
Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Judge Romulus, he's acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than in discovering the truth. But why? Sorry, those were combining there.
Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty.
I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Okay, well, I can't say...
Oh, excuse me, Monsieur Falcon. Sorry to bother you, but, this letter just arrived. I think it's for you.
A letter for me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office.
Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, Sparrowson. I don't need to be, pitied by a first-year dropout. Oh, good comeback. So, what does the letter say, Falcon?
It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters.
Whoa! I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation. There will be consequences. Or there will be consequences. Scary.
There is no question this letter originated from Major Howe's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth.
Sounds about right. But why would a person write it with cut-out newspaper letters like this?
Masking one's handwriting would be the common reason. Although, I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare to.
We're still going ahead with our investigation, though, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If the lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. Besides, With only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count.
I'm going to stop here for now, and we will carry through the second part of this saga next time. All right. Bye-bye, my people.